and the vibes were perfect. Like literally could not have got better than that. Do some skincare. The roast is well and truly underway. Yep. Sounds like a lovely plan. And it's an iced coffee with a flat lid.
Oh, you need to.
And I cannot wait. Good morning everyone, happy Saturday. I woke up this morning at 6 AM naturally. No alarms, I literally just opened my eyes, saw the sun shining into my bedroom, saw the bright blue skies and was like ready to wake up for the day. So I got up, made myself an iced coffee, got back into bed, read my book, had my LED face mask on, and I had music blasting through the kitchen speaker, so it was filling the house with music. Then I got up, did some stretches on my reformer Pilates thingy, my reformer, had a shower, got myself ready, and now I'm about to head out to get a coffee and get a pastry. I'm going to bring my book with me, I think, so I can read my coffee in the sunshine. Read my coffee? Drink my coffee in the sunshine, read my book, eat my pastry, probably go for a bit of a walk as well. And I literally cannot wait. It is the brightest, bluest sky, sunniest day. I think all weekend is meant to be sunny. All of next week, like Monday to Friday of next week, is literally forecast to be bright blue skies and sunshine. Like I feel like spring has well and truly arrived, and I don't think I could be happier about it. I am in about an 11, no, probably a 12 out of 10 mood today. I literally can't even explain what this sunshine does to me. Like, I felt like I was in a Disney movie this morning. Like, I ran downstairs, opened up the doors to the conservatory to like let the kind of warmth and the fresh air in and stuff, like I was Cinderella in some Disney film. I also had my window open this morning whilst I was reading my book in bed, and it wasn't cold. Like, oh my god, I literally cannot even explain it. And I don't have any plan today. I have nothing that I need to do, so I can literally just do what I want when I want all day. And I think my day is basically going to revolve around reading my book and being outside. I think I'm going to try and do 10,000 steps, and that is literally my Saturday plans. Like, I'm going to be wearing these sunglasses all day with the biggest smile on my face. I literally cannot wait. However, we do need to get dressed first, and I don't know what to wear. I've got two options. So I'm either going to do long trench coat with leggings and a top. I've already got my top on because I wanted to put it on before I slick back my hair. Also, this slip back was my first attempt this morning. That's how much of a good day I'm having. This was first attempt hair, which never happens. So I'm either going to do that, or I've got a short trench coat that I could wear with the top and shorts. So I'm going to get dressed. I don't know what to wear, like I said, but we're going to work that out. Then I'm going to drive to get a coffee and a pastry, and I'm going to have music blasting and my windows down the entire drive. This is when I really miss my Mini. Like, I really miss having a convertible. Like, days like this is when I loved driving my Mini, but I'm going to have my windows down. It'll be kind of similar. Have my music blasting, get a nice coffee, and I literally cannot wait. Hear me out. Maybe we go rogue and we go top, shorts, and long trench. That could be a vibe. I'm now thinking this isn't the right top choice, and I should have put a different white top on, but I feel like it's too late now because I've already done my hair and I don't want to take it off and get changed because then I risk messing up my hair. So I think I'm just gonna have to go with it, but I feel like a different white top would have been better. No! I've just noticed my favourite shorts have got another hole in them. They had a hole in the bum the other day. I think literally from me wearing them so much, I've worn them thin. So I got Dad to stitch it up for me, but I've just noticed they've got loads of rips on the crotch bit as well. Literally like 3 rips. And I live in these shorts, and that is probably why they've got a hole in them, because I got them from Boohoo a couple of years ago. They were literally like probably less than £10, and they're one of my most worn items of clothing, which is probably why they've got a hole in them. But probably gonna have to get another pair, but I don't know if they still sell them, which is why I got Dad to stitch them up, because I love them that much. I'm gonna have to see if I can find an alternative, because these are literally falling apart at the seams. Okay, I've gone with this. It's not quite right. The top definitely isn't right, but we're gonna make do with it. So the top is from Lounge, the shorts are Boohoo, my trench is Nasty Gal, and I think I'm gonna put Uggs on with this, which I know seems really bizarre, but it's gonna be one of the last times that I can wear Uggs before it gets too hot. And I just feel like Uggs would kind of, I quite like the mix and match of like shorts and a top with Uggs. So I'm going to do that, and then I've got this bag, which is my usual, and then my sunglasses, I think these are from AliExpress. So that is my little outfit of the day, and I'm ready to go out on this fine Saturday morning, get a nice coffee, get some pastries, and read my book in the sunshine. And I cannot wait. This came up on my Instagram this morning, and I feel so seen. Like, this is literally me. One minute you're young and fun, and the next minute your fun is Pilates, red light therapy, meaningful conversations, and 8 hours of sleep. Like, I literally had 8 hours of sleep last night, woke up, did my red light therapy LED mask, and then went and did some Pilates. Like, this is literally so me. My Instagram at the moment, I feel like, is so spot on. Like, the posts I'm seeing are literally me, and the targeted ads are everything I want to be spending my money on. I don't know how they're doing it, but like, take my hat off to your Instagram, because you're nailing it. I feel like this morning warrants my all-time favourite perfume. Jo Malone, Wood Sage and Sea Salt. This is like my scent. I feel like I love my replica perfumes, do not get me wrong. And I love like the way St. Bart's body mist, like I was tempted to wear that today because it's just like the nicest scent. But this is like my main scent, I would say, but I don't wear it all the time because it's so expensive. But today I feel like this Saturday deserves a Jo Malone perfume spray. So this is going to be today's perfume.
Oh my god. I think when he saw him on the other day. Yeah.
I'm not joking, my Instagram is so on point at the moment. This, I literally could not relate to this more. Like, as you can probably tell, as soon as it's blue skies and sunshine, I have to be outside, I have to be doing something to make the most of the weather. And if I'm sat inside not making the most of the weather, I feel like I'm missing out on it. And this post literally sums it up. Coffee has been had. I ended up going for a hot coffee and a cookie rather than an iced coffee and a latte, rather than an iced coffee and a pastry, I mean. And now to have a little walk around the market. Just going for a little walk. I've just been to the bakery stand on the market to get a little focaccia for my lunch. There's so many daffodils lining this field as well. Like that, I don't know if you can see it, but that is literally like a whole row of daffodils. It honestly feels like spring. There's even an ice cream van over there, and the temptation to get a Mr. Whippy is incredibly high right now. Look at how pretty, literally. There's so many daffodils, I forgot what they were called then, literally lined up. They're so pretty. This is actually stunning, like all these daffodils with the blue skies and sunshine. Obviously I'm a neutral girly, I'm not normally a fan of colour, but this I can get on board with, this I love. This has quite possibly been one of the nicest Saturday mornings I've ever had. I sat outside for like an hour to 2 hours, drinking my coffee, reading my book, having my cookie, had a wander around the farmer's market, just walked around, enjoying the sunshine. It is so busy with people like walking around, al fresco dining, sitting outside. Like all the cafes and brunch spots are like rammed with people sitting outside, having coffees, sitting in the sunshine, and I just love it. I was just gonna walk right back to the car, but I feel like walking down here, which is where I normally go for my long walks around the field. So I think I'm going to go down there, do a loop of my usual like little outside walk, and then I shall walk back to the car. Okay, this is the field that I like to go for a nice long walk in, and it looks really quiet. I thought this was going to be rammed today with like dog walkers and families and stuff. Maybe it is, but like further down because it's quite a big field. But I like to go here, round this giant bit of field and back round. So that's what I'm going to do. Get a few thousand steps in, make the most of the sunshine, get a bit of vitamin D, carrying my bread around as well. It doesn't fit in my bag is the problem, but I'm not mad about it. It's kind of windy though, I don't know if you can hear me. It's that classic spring weather where it's warm in the sunshine, but if you're in the shade it's a bit cool because of the breeze. But I feel like I'm actually very appropriately dressed and I'm very happy about that. Don't know if you can see this, but there's a little muntjac there just chilling in the field. At first I thought it was a dog, but I have in fact realised it's a little muntjac deer. He's just off there. Don't know if you can see him. I literally just missed, like could have got the clearest clip if I had my camera out, but it was in my bag. But he's now going over there. I think there's like a little river down there, so I think he might be going there. But I literally just saw him like here. It was like the clearest thing and I just missed it. Thank God it's dry, because I definitely am not wearing the appropriate footwear to be walking around a field right now. It is now 12:15 and I have had the loveliest Saturday morning in a very long time. I went to the coffee shop and got my coffee and everything, and then I went outside, and like that outside seating area, there was one table that was in the sun, and it was literally perfect because there was like a tiny gap in between the buildings, and that's exactly where the sun was. So I was able to sit there in the sun reading my book, which was so lovely, and there was these 3 girls having like their monthly catch up or whatever sat next to me, and one of them was talking about how she's going on tour next week. She's going to Nashville and then to like New York, talk. She must be some tour manager or something, and she was talking about this like tour bus and everything, and I was literally sitting there thinking, oh my god, that is so cool. And she was saying how like she's kind of annoyed that she's going away because she's got in a really good routine of like going to Pilates and stuff, and going away is just gonna like affect that. And they were talking about like Pilates and Pelotons, and I sat there thinking, god, I really was born in the right town. Like, this town is so me. And I was actually born at home, so rather than having like Cambridge on my passport like most people around me probably do, because obviously like the hospitals are in the big cities, so I feel like most people have big cities on their passport as like where they were born. Not me. I have my local town on my passport, and it is literally the most me thing ever, because the town that I live in is very like, it's a market town. There's so many nice brunch spots and bakery spots and stuff. Like, there's even a shop dedicated to sourdough, and it's just a very foodie town. Like, Jamie Oliver lives around here. He went to the same school as me. I just feel like I was born in the right town. Like, it is very me. And then afterwards I went for a walk around the market, got some bread. I got a little focaccia, which I'm gonna have for my lunch in the garden. Looks absolutely delicious. It's like a tomato and cheese focaccia. And everyone was just walking around the market. Like, it was so busy. The queue for the bakery stand was so long, and everyone was just walking around with sunglasses on, carrying coffees, and loads of people had like big bouquets of flowers wrapped in brown paper. Like, it literally looked gorgeous, and the vibes were perfect. Like, literally could not have got better than that. And I also parked in the perfect place, because I normally park where you only get to park there for like 2 hours, but today I parked like on a just like a little side road where there's no limit on parking, which was perfect, because normally I'm in a bit of a rush if I'm like going into town, because I'm normally coming home needing to get on with work or needing to get on with something, or like only having a certain amount of time in my parking. But today I could take as long as I wanted. It was nice and chilled. There was no rush. It was honestly ideal. So now I'm going to go home, have my focaccia in the garden in the sunshine, because as soon as the sun is out and I can eat outside, like, I love me a bit of alfresco dining. So that is what I'm going to go and do. But I am literally in the best mood ever. Like, I'm just having the best Saturday morning ever. And of course I'm gonna listen to music in the car on the way home on loud, singing along to it, blasting it out through the speakers with my windows down. And that to me is perfect. Like, I actually kind of love having a solo Saturday, because I can take as long as I want. I sat at the coffee shop, like I said, reading my book, and I could be there for literally as long as I wanted, and as soon as I was done I could get up and go. But you know, when you're with somebody else, maybe they don't want to be there as long as you, or they've got something they need to get back for, or something like that. I could literally go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and sing to my heart's content in the car, and not have to worry about the person sat next to me's ears, because I cannot sing for shit. I am now home, and I have a very exciting parcel to open. I have a new replica perfume, which I thought we could open together, and I have been waiting for this perfume for the longest time. This basically came out last summer, but it was only available in America, and I have been waiting and waiting and waiting and constantly checking back to see when they would release it in the UK for me to be able to buy it, because I saw this perfume, and A, Replica Perfume is like my favourite perfume brand, as I was saying this morning, and B, this is the most me perfume quite possibly ever. And finally, the other day I was on Instagram. Like I said, the Instagram algorithm and the Instagram ads are really targeting me and doing really well at the moment. And I was on Instagram, and I was like swiping between stories, and then a John Lewis ad came up, and it was of this perfume, and I was like, oh my god, I was literally thinking like I'm due a checkup to see if it's available in the UK. But rather than me going to search to see if it was, it told me it was available in the UK. So obviously I had to order it straight away. I haven't smelt it, which is quite risky. I have blind bought it, but I just felt like I needed it in my life, because this is the Replica perfume called Afternoon Delight, and it is set in Paris, and it is the smell of a vanilla Madeleine, and it's basically a bakery scent. Could it get more me? I don't think so. So obviously I had to get it. The Replica perfumes are basically all set on a certain thing. So they're called reproduction of familiar scents and moments of varying locations and periods. So this is this one. They're basically like a memory in a fragrance. And this one is a bakery in Paris, and it's a vanilla scent. Like I said, could not get more me if it tried. I also absolutely love them because I just love the packaging. Like, it just has all the information written on, and if someone walked past that, or like someone looked at this perfume, I feel like they would think of me. Like, it is just so me, and I really hope I like the smell. Oh my god, I love that That is, oh my god, that is literally me in a scent. I'm not even joking you. Before I bought it, I had a Google online for reviews to see what people were like saying about it and seeing how they were describing it. And a lot of people said they thought it was quite milky and they didn't love it. Some people said it wasn't very vanilla-y, and then some people said they absolutely loved it. So I was kind of like on the fence as to whether I would like it or not. I love it. That is literally delicious. Now I kind of wish I got the bigger bottle because I feel like I'm going to drown myself in this. This is now, you know how I was saying Jo Malone with Sage and Sea Salt is my go-to, like my scent? I think it's been replaced by this. That is delicious. Oh my god. So I got that. And then also, as I was saying earlier on in the weekly vlog, another Instagram ad came up which was so appropriate, and it was for some pyjamas from Boohoo, which have also arrived. And as soon as I saw these, I had to order them. Like, I literally audibly gasped and went straight onto Boohoo to buy them, because they're a cream pair of pyjamas and they've got iced coffees, donuts and vanilla cupcakes on. Like, literally so me. And these look identical, or not identical, but very similar to a pair of pyjamas from Treat Studios, which I have wanted for a little while, but they're like 80 or 90 pound, and I just can't justify that for a pair of pyjamas. But they're like cream, basically with little bakery goods on and like a cup of coffee, but I think it's a hot coffee. So the fact that this is an iced coffee is even more me, and it's an iced coffee with a flat lid. It has a flat lid on it. And I literally love these. So this is the top, and then this is like the print on it. It is so me. If I was a pair of pyjamas, I feel like I would be these. And then these are the bottoms, which I kind of love, and I low-key kind of want to wear these as trousers out the house with like a cute little white crop top on, because I love them that much. When I say the Instagram algorithm is spot on for me at the moment, I'm not joking. So that's my little parcel unboxing, my little parcel haul. I'm actually starving, and smelling that perfume and looking at those pyjamas is making me incredibly hungry. It's about 1:30 now, so I'm gonna go and sit in the garden, eat my focaccia, read my book a little bit more, because I'm like 89% of the way through my book or something. I think my Kindle says I've got like an hour left until I finish the book, so I really want to finish it today, because then tomorrow have a nice spring Sunday starting a new book in bed when I wake up in the morning with my cup of coffee. That sounds delightful. So I'm going to try and crack on, sit in the garden for a bit in the sunshine reading my book and get that finished. And I'm going to have my focaccia, and I might have it with a little bit of olive oil and balsamic vinegar as well, because that sounds delightful. I'll be honest, I've just been stood here constantly sniffing this perfume. It is literally me in a perfume. Like, you know Kem from Love Island, where he's like, white jeans, white trainers, this is me. This is me. I can't even explain how me this is. I'm genuinely obsessed with it. Like, I don't know who at Instagram is controlling my ads. Like, clearly someone is listening to me, and normally I would not vibe with that, but I have to give it to them. Whoever is listening to me through my phone is getting it spot on with these Instagram ads and these recommendations. So I can't really complain. Like, kind of carry on listening to my conversations, because at this point, you're recommending me everything that I need in my life, and it's amazing. Not great for my bank account, but like, you're doing all my online shopping research for me. All I have to do is go on the app, and there it is, all the things I want to spend my money on. It's unreal. It's like having a personal shopper. It's incredible. Good evening, everyone. It is now 5 o'clock, and it's time for my little self-care evening. So I'm just going to take off my makeup, and then I'm going to jump in the shower. Then I can put my dressing gown on, and then I can sit and chill for the rest of the day, which I'm thoroughly looking forward to doing. I'm just going to use the Sable Labs Quasal Cleanser. Sable Labs, did I just say? Sable Labs. This cleanser. It's from Space NK. I think I got it in a PR package. I quite like it. It does the job. It takes off my makeup. So I'm just going to use that, and then like I said, I'm just going to have a nice chilled evening sitting on the sofa watching TV. I haven't finished reading my book yet, but I really want to try and get that done, because I would really love to start a new book tomorrow morning lying in bed. I just feel like that would be a really nice way to start my Sunday. Also, the clocks go back tonight, so I think we lose an hour's sleep tonight, which is kind of a shame, but does that mean it then gets lighter in the evening? I think it does. And to be honest, I'm still baffled by the fact that it is 5:15 now, and it is light enough for me to film, and it is still like pretty good daylight. So I think from tomorrow the sun won't set until like 7:30 or 7, I think, which is actually crazy. and makes me very, very excited. But anyway, I don't actually know what I'm going to watch this evening. Maybe I'll watch a film or something. I've also got a little bit of my cookie left from earlier. I got one of their chocolate cookies and it has flakes of sea salt on and it's absolutely delicious. I was going to get a pastry, like I said, but there weren't really any pastries that were really taking my fancy. And then I was going to get an iced coffee as well, but I didn't know if they did iced coffees. I've only ever had a hot coffee from there. And I kind of fancied getting a hot coffee just because it was a little bit chillier out than I thought, like first thing. Once the sun came out, it did warm up quite a bit, to be fair. I didn't really speak too much when I was at the cafe because it was literally me and these 3 girls sat outside to start with. After a while, lots more people came to sit outside, I think, as it kind of got more towards like 11 o'clock and it did warm up a bit. But to start with, it was just me and them. So it just felt really awkward, like just talking to a camera when they were there, if that makes sense. Whereas once there were more people there, it was a little less noticeable that I was just talking to myself. Does that make sense? But this is the cookie. I've got half left and it's basically like, it's kind of like a cross between a brownie and a cookie. It is delicious, but it's quite rich and chocolatey, which is why I didn't finish it earlier. But I'm so glad I didn't finish it earlier because it means I've got a nice, delicious, sweet treat for my Saturday evening, which I am very excited about. But anyway, I'm going to take this off, like I said, do some skincare, have a shower, put my dressing gown on, and then I'm going to chill for the rest of the day, which I'm thoroughly looking forward to doing. And I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, happy Sunday. I have woken up, it is blue skies and sunshine, I've got my window open, I've got my LED face mask on, and I'm now trying to pick a new book to read. This is the book that I've just finished reading, Leaving Time by Jodie Picoult. I normally love Jodie Picoult books, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. I wouldn't recommend it. It's a lot about elephants and elephant sanctuaries and stuff, and it was quite good. There were a few twists and turns in it, but I felt like it was a bit too heavy on the elephant education, which I didn't really need. So now I'm just trying to decide. I mean, all these books here I've all read. I could read a Colleen Hoover. I've not read one of hers in a while. I also really like Jojo Moyes. Fun fact, she actually used to live down the road from me and was like a bit of a family friend when we were younger. I'm pretty sure her kids went to the same primary school as me. So we were kind of like family friends through that. And then a couple of years ago, like in 2016 or something, we went on a cruise and her family happened to be on the same cruise as us, which was so bizarre. And we were like, oh my God, hi. And we ended up going for drinks with them some nights because they were like old family friends. So that's a fun Sunday morning fact. I might have a look at what free books are available on Prime Reading at the moment. Oh, I've got another Colleen Hoover there. Yeah, I might have a look at what free books are available on Prime and see if any of them take my fancy. Okay, I've gone with this one, Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I haven't read a Colleen Hoover book in a while and I do quite enjoy her books. And it's got really good reviews, so I'm going to give this one a go. Now to get dressed, and I think today is going to be the first day of the year that I wear one of my favourite t-shirts. I have had this t-shirt in my collection for probably like 5 years now, and it does kind of show that I've had this for that long because it is so faded. Like when I see people get this top brand new, it makes me realise just how faded mine has been. Because this has been in the wash about 700 times, but it's a Sisters and Seekers t-shirt and it says serotonin on it and it's just got a little goat on it and it's just the cutest thing and it's nice and beige but it's also not too basic and it just fits perfectly and it is literally one of my favourite tops. So I feel like today it's a gorgeous sunny Sunday. I feel like that warrants this top. So I'm just going to quickly chuck this on and then it's time for pastries and coffee as per usual. I obviously love a pastry at the best of times, but this morning I have woken up with a huge craving for freezer pain au chocolats, like the pain au chocolats that you get in the freezer and then you cook them at home. I put them in the air fryer so they're warm and fresh, and I feel like that's a very specific type of pastry, but I have woken up with that specific craving this morning, and luckily for me I have some frozen pain au chocolats in my freezer. Like if you were to go in my freezer, like if we were doing like Hey MTV welcome to my cribs, come look around my house, this is what's in my freezer. You will always find some form of frozen pastry in there because it's like an emergency to me. Some people may have a frozen pizza in their freezer for an emergency dinner or something like that. For me, it is frozen pastries. I will always have them in my freezer just in case, on the very frequent occurrence that I crave a pastry. So I'm gonna chuck some of those in the air fryer, make myself an iced coffee, and then I think I'm gonna have my breakfast in the garden. Also, reached 10,000 steps yesterday, which I'm very happy with. I felt like that was one of the only things yesterday that I wanted to do, and I managed to do it, so I'm very happy with that. I did notice though, it was like 8 o'clock in the evening, and I was at like 9,000 and something steps, and I was like, I need to get up to 10,000, so I went on my treadmill with my pyjamas on and my slippers on, just to get my steps up. I will be honest, but I'm so glad I did because that just looks so satisfying to me that I've reached that goal. And 15 minutes later at 180 in the air fryer, I have 2 delicious, warm, freshly cooked, freshly baked pain au chocolats, which is my idea of a Sunday morning in heaven, basically. This this washing is predominantly just towels and flannels, but I literally, this is my White Company flannel. I only have one and it's like the nicest flannel. Like all my other flannels compared to this are so basic. This is like the softest, fluffiest towel, but it's a flannel. It's so nice to take off my makeup. So definitely want to get that washed and dried so that I can take off my makeup with that today and do like a nice Sunday self-care skincare routine. Like I literally cannot wait for that. And I've just realised I forgot to put the washing thingy in, so let's chuck that in. I'm also going to chuck in a colour catcher just in case my brother has somehow put like a red sock in there or something, because I would not forgive him if my gorgeous White Company flannel went pink. The washing is on and I've just used the Tallow and Ash Bahama Vibes cleaning like laundry shampoo thing. This is like a coconutty beachy scent which is delicious. It makes me feel like I'm in the Bahamas even though I'm just in the UK doing my washing. But they do also have one called Icing on the Cake, I think it is, which is like a vanilla-y scent, and I really want to try that because I feel like I would love that. Like a vanilla laundry detergent would literally tie into my vanilla routine perfectly. But for now I'm just using this one. I've also got the laundry conditioner, which feels very fancy, like having a full-on shampoo and conditioner for my washing as though it's my hair care routine, but I don't really use this. I don't really know what I'm meant to do with it, so I just normally just use the shampoo, which is basically just like a detergent. Maybe one day I'll use both of them because I feel like you are probably meant to use both, but I don't really know what I'm doing, so we've just done that for now. I've just come inside after spending a couple of hours in the garden reading my book, and I'm about 20% of the way through so far. And I like it, but I'm not loving it. I feel like it's a bit like a Netflix cheesy chick flick. It's giving those kind of vibes. It's an easy read, but I just feel like it's a bit predictable, and it's one of those things that you read it and you're like, well, that just wouldn't happen, would it? Do you know what I mean? But there's one thing in this book that is really bugging me. Like when I read it, it just really wound me up. It's like one of my pet peeves. Here it says, I could care less. But actually it should say I couldn't care less, and it really bugs me when people get that wrong. Like if you say you could care less, that means that you care, but what she's trying to say is that she doesn't care about it, therefore she needs to say you couldn't care less. And it just really bugs me. Like this is an author, do you know what I mean? Like this is her job to write, and even she's got that wrong. It just really bugs me, like when I'm on social media and I hear people say that. Like no, it's I couldn't care less. And also what really bugs me, when people say generally instead of genuinely. I'm sorry, I just have a lot of bugbears. Also whilst I was in the garden, I was eating this Haagen-Dazs red velvet cheesecake, absolutely delicious. I then read on the side, it says contains at least 4 portions. I'm not joking, here, contains at least 4. I ate this in 2 sittings. I ate half of it the other day, half of it today. I have no regrets, but I'm just baffled. Like, how can you say that this contains, not just contains 4 portions, at least 4 portions? Like, the fact that it says at least makes me feel very targeted, but it was so delicious and I thoroughly enjoyed myself and I have no regrets, like I said. Also, this bit of hair really bugging me. Why is there a tiny little flyaway sticking out there? That's really annoying. Obviously it is Sunday, so I've come to sit at my desk to do a little bit of planning for the week ahead. I'm using my daily planner again. We all know my love for this, but recently I've been using it a little bit differently to how like you're kind of meant to use it, but I actually find that it works a little bit better for me. So it does have like a weekly planning section within the planner. They've got like a week layout like that, and then they've also got like this kind of section for the week where you can put like your goals for the week, 3 things you'll do to achieve the goals and stuff. That's kind of like goal setting, but I actually prefer to use it like this. So these are the daily planning pages, and then what you're meant to do, these are like quick ticks, these are tasks that take 5 to 30 minutes, and these are like 30-minute plus like project things, and you're meant to do this every single day, but I just don't do that. Instead I do it for the week. So what I do is put things that are going to take me like 5 to 10 minutes in the quick tick section, and then so on and so forth, and then throughout the week if I've got like a spare half an hour or something, I can just look at my planner, see what I want to get done that week and just get things done, if that makes sense. So for example, a 5-minute thing that I need to do next week would be to edit a TikTok morning vlog. So I'm going to put that in there. And then a longer thing I need to do is film a what's new in Primark. So I'm going to put that in here. And then it just kind of compartmentalize like the quick things, the medium things, and the longer task things. And I just feel like it's easier to then see my week kind of laid out like this. And then from here, I can work out what I need to get done each day and like plan a to-do list for each day. I just personally find it works better for me. And also at the bottom here, there's a 3 non-negotiable things I'll get done today. So rather than having that as today, I just put 3 non-negotiable things I need to get done this week. So for example, last week I put in here that I need to get my car insurance done. done, because that is something that I had to get done last week. So I just find if you put it in that square, it's just really easy to see and you can like keep on track with it a little bit better. So that is what I'm going to do now, is just plan out my week in here. I've just prepped some roast potatoes because for dinner today we're having a roast chicken, and I say we because my brother is also home, which means I'm actually having a proper like full-on chicken, because normally if it's just me having a roast dinner, I obviously don't get like a whole chicken because I don't need that much. But because my brother is home, we're having a full-on roast chicken with roast potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, carrots, broccoli, peas. Samuel's even got some chicken wings in the oven right now because he wanted to make his own chicken gravy, like he's going all out. And then we're also going to have creamy spinach and creamy cheese leeks. It's like a proper full-on Sunday roast dinner, which I'm really looking forward to. So just prep some potatoes ready for that. It is 4 o'clock, my week is planned, and I'm now going to go for a little walk down the road because it is just the most beautiful day. I just cannot get over how spring and sunny-ish it is. Is that a word? Springish and sunny it is. It's just gorgeous and I want to make the most of it. So I'm going to go for a little walk down the lane, get some steps in, because I haven't really moved much today, to be honest. I have been sat outside in the sunshine for most of today, so I feel like I need to get a bit of movement in. So I'm going to go for a walk down the lane, then I'm going to come back, do my skincare, eat a big fat roast dinner and watch some Netflix this evening. And that to me sounds like a lovely plan. I feel like it is physically impossible for me to stay inside when the weather is like this. Like as soon as it's blue skies and sunshine, I'm like, okay, I need to be out of the house, I need to be outside. I normally end up going for a walk because I just feel like that's a good thing to do. Like I don't have to go far, but I can just get out, make the most of the sunshine. Because if I stay inside, I just feel like I'm not making the most of the weather and I'm like missing out on the blue skies and sunshine, because we obviously like don't get them all the time. So when we do get them, I'm like, I need to make the most of them. I don't know, it's really weird. Okay, it is 7 o'clock. The roast is well and truly underway. The chicken is in the oven, the roast potatoes are in the oven. Broccoli and carrots are just boiling there. I've got this ready to put the spinach in. Yorkshire puddings I just need to chuck in. I feel like you need to have a look at the roast potatoes. Like, let me just get an oven glove. Oops, these are what the roast potatoes are looking like. Super crispy. I need to put some peas on as well. And then we also have the homemade chicken gravy there, which I am literally so excited for. I fear we may have gone slightly overboard with our portion sizes, but this is our completed roast dinner. We got defeated and we definitely did not finish all that. However, obviously I need to have a sweet treat. I have a separate stomach for a sweet treat, I swear. So I've got my leftover cookie from yesterday. So I'm gonna eat this, sit here and watch Married at First Sight. But the TV keeps flickering, so I'm gonna go back over here because otherwise that's really annoying. I absolutely love Married at First Sight and Love is Blind and like random things like that. They're just so easy to watch, and everyone keeps talking about the Married at First Sight Australia, how it's like the best one and everything. I think this is a fairly new series, so I'm going to start watching that this evening, eat this, sit there, and that's my evening plans. I've also just noticed my arm probably looks really funny in that because I have fake tanned my arms, but I don't fake tan my hands until I go to bed, just because obviously with like washing my hands and stuff, I don't fake tan my hands until just before I go to sleep. So if you're wondering why my hand is a different colour to my arm, then that is why. Good evening, it is now 9:50. I still don't understand why my alarm clock does this, why it never shows you the full time. It is 21:51. There you go. I don't know why it's so bizarre because it literally shows it fully in person. But anyway, it is 9:51. My alarm is set ready for the morning for 6 AM and I'm now in my bed. I have got my Kindle and I'm gonna sit in my bed, read my book for a little bit. I normally tend to go to sleep between 10 and half 10. So I basically read my book until I can't keep my eyes open and I'm literally falling asleep, because there's just something about reading my book lying down. No matter what time of the day it is, I could be like reading my book in the garden in the afternoon, and if I'm lying down, I will fall asleep. I think I've trained my body to basically fall asleep if I'm lying down reading my book. So that's how I get to sleep every night. So I'm just going to read my book for a little bit. And that is the end of my day and the end of my week and the end of my weekend. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will be starting a new weekly vlog bright and early tomorrow morning, so I will see you then. Bye!